We're going.
All right. Big R.
All right. You ready?
It's going.
Oh, shit. All right. Hey, welcome to another episode of Sticks and Scotch. I'm your host, Raul Krishna, my co-host, Mark Lumen, and today we have another special guest with Cody Barling, the owner of the Wild Hare.
Okay.
One of the best bars in Texarkana. Of course, the cheapest beer in Texarkana for sure. The cheapest great beer in Texarkana. But
Cold.
the Montuckies, yes, the cold ones.
Thank you. We tried.
Yeah. And anyway, Cody, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Raul.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you, sir.
So, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, a little, I guess, kind of background history there.
Yeah, what made you open up the Wild Hare? And
Right, so
Let's
we start a
let's
little
start
younger.
yeah.
All right, that's fine. I grew up kind of in the local area, originally out of New Boston, graduated 2006. Spent a good majority of my youth in the Middle East. Came back, kind of got in real estate, still worked for the government for a period of time. Got out of that, stayed in real estate, and that just kind of bled over into other things, I guess, in life. And I started kind of looking at other businesses and different avenues, and not knowing exactly just what I wanted to do. And what I guess I kind of do is I try to find, businesses that I feel that could possibly do a little better at the end of the day. And if they're for sale, then, I inquire information and kind of go that route. Sometimes we can make something happen, sometimes we can't. That's just the nature of the business. And but that's kind of how I come into play down here. A buddy of mine and I were hanging out one night, and he was like, "Man, there's a bar around the corner for sale." I was like, "Well, I hadn't heard," because I didn't come downtown a great deal during that time period. And so anyways, we're hanging out, and we come walking through the front doors up there, and next thing you know, here we are 3 years later. So we made it work. The former bar owner and myself come to an agreement, and a few short weeks later, we were kind of up and running, and did a little remodeling. We took a little sabbatical there and kind of got it, looking like what it is today. But it's been a transformation, an ongoing transformation. If I find something lying around and I think it might look neat in here, I buy it and stick it on the wall. In fact, I bought a poster over here the other day, so I thought, why not?
Yeah, we're actually doing this on the bandstand, are we not?
We
mean,
are.
that we're
Yeah,
doing
the stage
okay,
is
yeah.
kind of right there, but kind of the area they hang out in for a minute before they get going. But yes.
Green room, we're in the green room.
Yeah. Green room.
yes.
Yeah.
You're a hunter, though. I mean, going back a little bit, you told me last time, your father and you.
Yeah, so I
Gunpowder.
guess gunpowder has kind of taken me around the world a few times.
Military or
And the hunting world, and we've done a lot of hunting and fishing growing up. As the years have kind of come along, I don't do nearly as much as I used to. Life kind of takes over. Still very active about what it is, and we try to make sure that we're good stewards and conservatives. I know I've kind of become a little bit of a conservationist over the last few years. Really trying to give back to the environment these days, if we want to continue seeing wildlife as the years go by. I kind of feel it's the right course of action. Give a little, take a little.
good to spend it with your dad too.
Oh yeah, he's very active. In fact, right before I came down here, I had to go pick up the trailer for Halloween. Happy Halloween, by the way.
Oh yes.
Toast to that, right? Yeah.
October the 31st.
That's right.
Yeah.
On a Friday. That's right. Already planning next year.
Yeah.
I was at my parents' house earlier and ate some lunch with them, and we were talking about going back down to camp Veterans Day weekend, that Friday through Tuesday, I think it were. And those were, I guess, kind of growing up, my bedtime stories was hunting stories or commentary on adventures of Africa and different ventures that people and excursions, events they went on, and their good story or their troubles that they had. It was I don't know, it just kind of drawed your attention for sure.
Did you ever go anywhere for vacation?
Yeah, it's been a while since I've taken a vacation.
Well, I guess hunting is vacation.
It
for
is,
you, but-
you know. Probably my last trip would have been to Costa Rica for deep sea fishing this time last year,
Okay.
right before Thanksgiving.
Okay.
And so I've kind of been on that side of things lately, and versus hunting. I mean, we've got some places we go to in our local area, but we've got a couple friends up in Nebraska and stuff like that. You know, that's kind of the extent of the distance anymore. But you know, years back, Dad and I went to Africa. We've been to Argentina a few times. So, you know, we've been around the world. You know, and hunting and fishing, and it's something that, you know, I'm glad we share together. You know, and it's always just fun getting out there, regardless, and just passing the time. You know, let go of the stresses.
Yeah, I didn't know that
Enjoy those
Africa and
moments.
Argentina. That kind of
Mhm.
expands on the conversation we had at another time.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
that's really cool.
Do you sleep?
I run on about 5 or 6 hours of sleep most of the time. As long as it's solid hours. If it's not, you know, I might need a nap here or there. Not ashamed to say it.
I'm gonna go ahead and tell the audience they're having a Halloween costume tonight.
Yeah.
Actually, and Sarah's like 11:30. I was like, hell no, there's no way in
I was telling her last night. I said, Raul can make it till 11.
Yeah, I'll try.
We
I'll try.
pushed it back from last year. We had it at 1.
Yeah.
What we were trying to do is keep people downtown as long as possible.
Yeah.
But we started seeing people fade off around midnight, so we were like, well, let's cut it back to 11:30 this year. Maybe that'll help incentivize the crowd to stay there and be a part of it, you know.
It's like the younger crowd.
Well, you've got it in you more than these young ones most of the time. You just get started a little earlier than the rest, I think, you know.
I don't like.
Like right now, 2 o'clock.
Yeah, 2 o'clock.
He's
Well,
going to be the one needing the nap.
Right. Exactly.
So when you talk about grew up in out in
New Boston.
New Boston, and you was kind of hunting, fishing, outdoors, work for somebody else. So this kind of business was your first foray. I mean, you kind of isolated in those others. You got people you work with. Or whatever.
It's a different format of business. I'll say that. You know, and every business, you know, brings on its own share of nuances and different ways you need to run the company. And you know, I'd never been a bartender before. I'd never been a waiter or a server, and you know, in my earlier years, and so it was definitely all new to me.
Yeah.
I mean, so from day one, it was, you know, jumping in the deep end of the pool, and but it's been fairly smooth, you know, in my opinion, for this particular style of business. We're very fortunate. We, knock on wood, we don't have much trouble at the end of the day. Everybody that comes through is pretty level-headed and easygoing. You know, they kind of leave their troubles at the door most of the time, and if not, we'll make sure they exit the door. We just want to create a fun, safe, comfortable environment for everyone at the end of the day. It doesn't matter where you're from, you know, as long as you're here and, you know, just want to hang out and just enjoy yourself. I mean, that's what we're about.
So when did you open your doors?
July of 2022, so we're right over 3 years.
Okay.
Wow, so that's really
Past the 2-year mark, isn't that the 2 years, like the hardest
Yeah,
or something like
yeah.
that?
There's definitely some trials and tribulations in there for sure.
well.
You know,
And I do for anybody I came back in 2022, so, but and have come in ever since. But people that haven't been in here lately, those are all new chairs over there. Or I mean, I mean they y'all.
We've
more
decorated the place.
seating.
Oh yeah. You know, I mean, tons of, you know, local artwork. I mean, right now we're looking at the graffiti on the front of the bar. I mean, that was done one of our local guys here. You know, and he's a really good artist, photographer, and we try to make sure that, you know, we bring those people into the fold, as it were, to, you know, do business with one another. That's what we're about, you know, as a small business, and trying to work with others.
I actually meant to wear his shirt during this thing.
Out of Minds.
Yeah.
So, he's a heck of an artist.
Yeah.
So
I actually did it during one of them. I forgot whose. Maybe Peavy's. I think I wore his shirt then.
maybe so.
Yeah.
And you're strictly 21 and up.
21 and up. We are going to start serving some food here in the near future. We have all of our equipment. We've just been kind of waiting for the hustle and bustle time of the year to kind of subdue a little bit and then kind of roll that out. So we're just not, in over our head too quickly. But it's going to be, minor food. It's not going to be anything major. We're not moving to the kitchen side of things yet. So we're primarily just, beer and liquor at the end of the day,
That you might would do
Cheap
a hot
beer.
dog or
things like that. Hot
Yeah.
Pockets, burritos, pizza rolls to burn the top of your mouth, or give you a little nostalgia.
Just get you an air fryer. Yeah, that's all you really
Well,
got.
I mean, everybody knows you always need a little water and need a little food.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then, what else is going on? You having a Cosmic Crossroads?
Yeah, we've got
event.
so Halloween is tonight, and I guess I'll just kind of reiterate on that just a little bit. We've got 4 places including tonight: Hawkins Ice House, the Banana Club, Cross Ties, and the Wild Hare. There's no particular set order. You can go to any one of these places at any given time, or just pick your favorite place and hang out there all night if that's what you want to do. But it gives you the option.
Yeah.
And each location is going to have their own particular band. I even think Cross Ties is doing a little karaoke tonight. So if you just want to sing your heart out, maybe some old Halloween songs from the days past, have some fun with
Who
it.
are you guys having tonight?
We've got Jackson James, and they're going to play from 9 p.m. to 2 a.m.
Woo.
So they're going to stay at it. But they're a really solid band. They're kind of local boys, but they do a little bit of traveling.
Oh,
And they're just they're a good time feeling kind of band overall.
Yeah.
They know a wide array of songs, and they kind of put their own personal touch to it a little bit.
Do they have originals?
They do, but I couldn't tell you what the names of them are. Most of the time, I don't get to hear the bands a whole lot. I'm kind of out front or kind of walking through, patrolling, But they've been here for the last 2 years, give or take. Just playing in and out through the year while they're in town.
Yeah.
So, but they're good.
And for this, it's like you said, Hopkins will have a little band.
Yeah, I think they've got Jace Bryant over
Oh,
there.
yeah,
Jace is
yeah.
real
And
good.
then you have
Mhm.
Jackson.
James.
And then
Trying to think who
else?
Banana Club has, and then Cross Eyes has a
But
DJ tonight. Everybody
everybody
has
has
someone. So
something-
if
something
you
going
get
on.
tired of this genre for a while, or you just want to hear something else, you have the option. And then we're gonna have the Halloween costume contest right here at the 4-way tonight at 11:30. So make sure you sign up for that. We do have another event coming up shortly down the road, November 15th. It's called Cosmic Crossroads. It's a fun-filled day event, kind of a networking style event, but for artists and local businesses. We've got kids dance party. So we're trying to kind of bring all the corners of this area together for one day. We've got live artists throughout the day, painting and sculpting. We've got live music all day as well. We've got food vendors. We've also got some of the local places as far as food goes. If you had one of the Cosmic Crossroads wristbands and you show up, Hopkins Ice House has agreed to do a free appetizer. Verona has also agreed to do the same thing, and I'm trying to get a couple of other locations to kind of chip in or do something to kind of help bring the people down here for the event, and that way they're getting something out of it as well, other than just walking around and looking at artwork and this and that. And we have live workshops that day as well, so we'll have people throughout the day doing different artwork and different music. We even have some poets coming along, so it's a chance for you if you have a small or
And
big
that's
business.
normally when you tell the joke.
Yes. Yeah.
But-
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Right. I'm coming to it. But
Small business.
yeah, whether you're a big business, small business, or you're just wanting to get a little more attention to your doorstep, this might be an event for you. And kind of to say the joke, if you're looking for something that doesn't come from Amazon, this is 2 weeks after Halloween, 2 weeks before Thanksgiving. It's a good time of the year to buy something like that.
Yeah.
It doesn't come from Amazon. So
Buying local.
Yeah, and the
supporting
weather,
local.
exactly, and the weather ought to be about as perfect as you ask for, you
Yeah.
know, so, we're looking forward to it. It's our first one. I hope y'all come out and support us. You know, we just want to kind of give back to the community at the end of the day. This isn't just a fun time festival. This is a way that, you know, hopefully see others prosper and downtown grow and others just do well.
And you've had a couple of events in the last couple of weeks, and they have seemed to have overtaken the prior year. As
It
far
does
as
seem like that
attendance
to
and-
me. It
yeah.
does. It seems like the tides have shifted a little bit in our favor, and maybe that is due to just being steady with it, you know, and consecutive, and just pushing the envelope a little bit, and kind of, I don't know, making sure that the community and the public is well aware that there are things to do down here.
Yeah.
And, you know, there are events coming up. And so I feel like since we have kind of been in that same mindset that the community is starting to show their support for these things, and it's very much appreciated, you know, appreciated, I get my words out. But maybe with Cosmic coming up, that same kind of momentum will carry over into this event, and we also have, you know, more coming up this coming year. We also, you know, more crawls around town. We've got New Year's coming up. We're going to do a masquerade ball.
Oh wow.
So the same bars will be included. In addition to that will be the Eagle. So there'll be 5 for that event. So if you haven't been down there, it might be a good opportunity for you to go in there and, you know, maybe ring in the New Year's, you know, at a nice, comfortable place itself.
Well,
Yeah.
fall has been active. You've had Oktoberfest, downtown
Destination downtown,
downtown.
yeah.
You're
Pickle
having
Fest.
Pickle
Pickle
Fest.
Fest.
You're having
Yeah.
this to Halloween
Yeah,
tonight.
and we
your
would have had Fall
college-
Festival last weekend, but the weather turned out to be kind of
Oh, yeah,
poor,
yeah.
so they had to cancel on that. So yes, the fall time has definitely picked up. We're looking at spring and maybe trying to space out some of these events. I know Jason Butler is putting on one in, probably got my dates wrong, but I believe it's the end of May. It's called Taco Fest.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah, that's what's up.
Everybody likes a good taco.
Yeah.
You know, so, you know, once again, you know, hopefully the community, the public comes out and just has a good time, you know.
Speaking of, are there gonna be food vendors at your?
Oh yes, we got a couple food vendors. My God, I might have to cut this
The
out.
beard's getting stuck in
Yeah,
his
right. We've got a couple food vendors coming.
Yeah,
But
okay.
like I said, we weren't really focused on that side of things because what we wanted was people to circulate through the
Right,
businesses. And so I'm hoping the others jump on board.
Yeah.
You know, so
Yeah.
that's what the environment we're trying to create.
Yeah, first thing's always going to be the hardest, though.
Of course,
so
you know this
I
is a
wouldn't
tough
get
year.
discouraged if it doesn't go the way that you want. Of course.
Right. No, we're here to stay, and we're
Yeah.
gonna just keep growing and adding to the event. You know, and
And since the last time us three have talked, you know, they've opened up another place down here. have
Yes.
they not?
Yeah,
Some kind of
the good
coffee.
Good
shop.
Lux, Luxe, I believe.
Yeah.
I have not been in there. I looked through the windows last weekend. I think they had a little soft opening. I'm not quite sure what it is. It seems kind of like a little brewery, coffee shop kind of place where you can go in there and work on a little paper or something like that. I don't mean brew as far as beer, like, you know,
Yeah.
more on the
Yeah.
coffee side of things.
Tea, coffee.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I could have it labeled all wrong, but it does kind of look like that
Yeah.
from the outside.
Well, and that's kind of what, but, and we'll talk to them later on, but, you know, the whole thing is from 2007 or a little before then, I'm not real sure what time Zapatas came in, but downtown is, taking a big turn.
Yep.
We did get a casualty though the other day. I mean a week ago with the pecan.
Oh, the
Oh,
concourse.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that was tough. That one was tough, but
Yeah, well,
We'll recover.
well, yeah, well,
You know, we'll
that'd be-
survive.
I was actually trying to use Copilot to to find some restaurant investors, people who come in and
Oh yeah.
yeah, they gave me some names, but you know, it's not just. I was thinking about actually just passing them on to Caleb if he wanted.
Right.
I don't know. I didn't do it. I felt like, you know, if that was something they wanted to take on, they would have.
Of course.
But you know, I just kind of want to do what I can to help.
Of
I
course.
guess.
Well,
and then-
you have care in downtown. It's one of the reasons
Yeah.
why you're doing podcasts as
Yeah.
well. And I mean, honestly, y'all are down here about as much as anyone could ask for at the end of the day, and y'all showed y'all support in the way that you can, and that's the way you're trying to extend the hand.
Yeah.
So I get it.
Trying to do something, you know.
And I'll ask, but I think I already know the answer to this question. I think cooperation, for the most part, I know it's never 100%, but you and the other owners and operators downtown all kind of work together to put these events together to
Yeah.
as much as you can.
There was definitely some uncertainty, and I guess there always is. You know, I think it was my first year down here. We decided, hey, let's try to do something together. And you know, I walked over and talked with Christian Mackey at Hopkins, and of course they were a little apprehensive at first, you know, and not exactly knowing what's going to take place. And once again, I know the uncertainty, but it turned out to be a pretty good event. And so that kind of bled over into the following year, and I said, man, let's just, you know, see what happens here. Let's add another bar and another bar to it, see how that goes. You know, we want to see the area prosper, so we feel like, you know, working together is just, I mean, the way to go. And you know, when you do, not only do you prosper, but the area does better, and you give your, you know, your constituents a place to come down, hang out. You know, you give them options versus like, well, let me just go here. You know, so
Well, one way I know this is I see each of y'all sharing Facebook events. Like if you're
Yeah.
having something, I'll see Hopkins sharing it, or if
Yep.
Hopkins is having something, you're sharing it. So I mean, at least everybody's talking about each other, because at the one person's success is everybody's success if
Yes.
it keeps growing.
Yeah.
You know.
well, the unity that is forming is quite something. You know, it seemed like everybody was kind of individualized when I first got down here, and not necessarily because they wanted to be, but because that's how it was. It was, you know, kind of barren in a sense, and now it seems like, you know, things have kind of shifted a little bit. They're on an upward tick. There are some businesses coming in, so that formation, you know, between businesses, you know.
I'll make a comment
Go
on
ahead.
that, and this is, I'm going off, you know, personal, when you have older owners that are out there, you know, they're used to doing business the old way, you know, I come in at this time, open my doors,
Right.
close them at this time. You mentioned Christian, so you and Christian are not far from each other's age, and
Right.
y'all are younger, and y'all see each other in other places other than just right here, right there. And so I think that that's a great attribute to younger people, either managing or owning, and because y'all just converse.
Yep. And he even made it in the magazine. Under
Fabulous
40.
under 40.
Fabulous
Yeah.
under 40. You
Yeah.
know. So, but it's because of, you know, people like himself and others that are, you know, putting their best foot forward and just trying to see, you know, everyone do well and their business run right. Hopkins has some of the best food in town, if you ask me. I don't just go over there out of convenience. It's actually good. You know, I'm like, well, I think I'm gonna go get a pizza today.
Oh yeah, and I'm like you. I've never had anything bad. I may have something that I thought I'd like and I didn't like it, but it wasn't because it wasn't bad. It
Right.
was just
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
that wasn't for me, type of thing.
And that happens.
So,
At least you gave it a try.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of good Veronas Went there last night, and as far as Italian in this town is probably,
Yeah, it's par. It's
yeah,
above par.
yeah, you can. It tastes pretty good. Of course, Zapatas. You know, it seems like if anybody wants to spend, wants good quality Mexican food, they come.
Well,
go
and
down
what's
there.
nice is you have a variety. Hopkins has a little bit of everything. You have Mexican food over here. You got TLC Burger. You've got Italian food here. You know, so Cafe Lucille
Oh,
as
yes,
well.
yes.
You know, Jason over there has really made that place into something.
Excellent brunch.
Mhm. Yep.
Well, I mean, they have good food, but breakfast. I have ate there for breakfast and their brunch.
Yep, and they're also having an event tonight as well. I think they're doing a Beetlejuice theme, and I think they've got a stage out down there tonight. So, look, here comes Maddie all dressed up.
So,
I was coming in
Hey,
here.
we talked
They're like,
about-
"What's he doing here?" I was like, "Wait a second, what are y'all doing here?"
Right.
They open at 4, right?
No.
Three.
Yeah, and
it's
one on the
3:08.
weekends.
Yes,
Yeah,
dude.
hey,
We came
we're
at
a
2.
little late right now. So we're gonna kind of.
Are y'all coming down tonight? Are y'all gonna be part of the Halloween? I know you said you might not be able to make 11:30, but
Yeah. I mean, I already got a costume. Sarah's kind of
that's
sick
right.
though.
That's right, Snoop Dogg.
Sarah's kind of sick though.
What?
Yeah, I think she'll make it.
Right.
But,
Well,
yeah.
I'll be honest. The last 2 days I was kind of down, but I feel good today. You know,
Yeah.
I kind of took it easy, but it's allergies for me, and I hardly ever get allergies.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
well, what about you? You coming out?
Well, you know, I have grandkids.
Yeah.
Not
We have
only
trunk
do
and
I-
treat, you know, down here from 6 to, well, I mean, we're saying 6 to 9, but I'm not running anybody off. But there's still kids coming down here looking for candy.
Well, my hope is that they're young,
Mhm.
so
Might end up in bed early.
well they go to bed early. You
Well,
know,
you give 'em that candy. They're gonna be bouncing out the walls about midnight.
and then Nancy and I can get out. So that's very possible.
Well, I hope so. I hope to see y'all down here. I always like seeing Miss Nancy.
Is there?
You ain't liked by her if she doesn't cuss you out.
She usually gives me the eye.
Before we tie it up, anything coming down the road? Anything you think?
Still, keep us in mind for New Year's. All of downtown, of course, the Wild Hare is always putting on events. Every Saturday we have bands. Every other Friday's karaoke night. Thursday night's trivia night. Wednesdays, whiskey Wednesdays. Sunday, Mondays, free pool. Just
What night's your favorite? I mean,
well, of course, I'm not down here a whole lot. I'm down here usually on Saturday nights.
Yeah.
I noticed.
he's not much of a drinker, so
Not anymore.
yeah, and so
I'm sure you did it quite some time, but I noticed that your tables are refelted.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And
We did that this year. It's
Oh,
got
this year. So,
It's got some honest cloth on it. It's the best cloth in the world.
Yeah.
So it's nice.
again, if it's been over a year, or been a little bit of time, and you just get to doing other things, it looks very nice. It looks very nice.
Everything kind of comes together. A buddy of mine, his buddy's Madeline's husband, Walter, a year or so ago, he was looking around. He was like, none of this stuff really works together until you put it all in place, and then somehow it's just an eclectic scene. And we try to be a little bit different. We didn't want just a ton of neons on the wall. We wanted other things that caught your eye and fascination. So we're gonna keep adding to it.
Like butts.
I mean, everybody likes a nice one.
Yeah, there you go.
what do you say, butts?
Butts. Yeah. If nobody paid any attention. Okay. It was an honor to get to talk to you. I learned something more every time we talk. A lot.
I just kind of remember the stuff that I forgot.
Well, and we can always do another podcast.
Yeah, of course. We always do.
As the
As
year
things go,
progresses, we
Yeah.
got more stuff coming up. So, I'll always sit down with y'all.
Yeah,
You
for
know,
sure.
So I
Yeah.
appreciate y'all.
Well, everyone, this is October the 31st, 2025. And again, we appreciate Cody sitting down and telling us about downtown, about himself, about downtown, and about what he sees coming up in the future. And so, really appreciate it, buddy.
Yes, sir. Thank y'all.
Appreciate it, man.
Thank you, Rahul.
Yeah. Anyway, all right. Well, thanks for coming as always. And,
I stopped it already.
okay, cool. Yeah, no, thanks for coming as always.
Yeah, y'all are welcome. I think that one it went smoother than the last.
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I wasn't as high.
And it's about the right. First of all, nobody wants to sit around for a long time.
Right.
We kind of got it, and we did perfect. That was just right.
Okay.
I think so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that one. Messed up a few words, that's for sure.
That's fine. I
Hey, is
swear.
that still recording? Is it supposed to be?
Yeah, it's still recording, buddy.
Oh, well, that's all right.
Hey, so you still got the